In the first season of Syrvivor Syracuse, 17 young hopefuls from the College of Syracuse University started this game and started the first season of Syrvivor Syracuse, Syrvivor Syracuse Fans vs. Firsts. After countless blindsides, countless backstabs, many alliances, and a lot of good challenges, we are down to the final four. We have Ava Travella. Starting off her journey in Syrvivor Syracuse was a very emotional one, crying at her first ever tribal council, but she finds herself in the final four. She's made countless alliances with both Jake and Sean, and has worked her way in with the fans after a brutal tribe swap. Will she have what it takes to make it to the end and win this game? Jake, the Survivor superfan. His Syrvivor Syracuse journey started off rough, being almost the first person voted off, and his main partner Molly being blindsided very early on. But from then, he's remained resilient, joining many alliances, finding a poison idol, getting out threats, and finding an own idol to save himself in the final five. Will that be enough to make it to the final two and eventually win this game? Logan, the silent killer. In the beginning, Logan thought her Survivor journey would end in the first or second vote, but here she stands in the final four. From the beginning, she stayed with the flow, maintained great relationships with everyone, and made sure not to get on anyone's bad side, and here she stands in the final four. Will that be enough to make it to the end and win this game? Sean, the golden boy, the definition of peaking at the right time. Sean entered this game not knowing the game too much, but after a tribe swap and being on the bottom, Sean has crawled his way back, finding idols, creating great relationships, and winning immunity challenges. From the merge, Sean found himself on the bottom of the firsts, but eventually made his way with Logan to infiltrate the fans and make it to the final four. Will he have enough to make it to the end and win this game? These four have outlasted the other 13 players that played with them. In the end, there will be one sole survivor. Find out who makes Final 3 tonight on Syrvivor Syracuse Fans vs. First.
That's literally, Sean says to me, like, as I'm walking back, he goes, vote Jake. And I was like, okay. Like, Sean took me this far. I'm like, I'll fucking vote for Jake if I have to. But yeah, it was interesting. I had so many doubts that it would happen, or if Sean was, like, maybe gonna play me. But, like, I trusted Sean. Like, we voted together the whole time, so I think Sean's reliable. But yeah, so now it's final four. And there's 3 firsts and 1 fan. And I think that's, like, crazy.
Obviously, I just had what I would say is the biggest move of this game. Pulled out an idol and negated basically every single vote except for my own, and got to decide who went home. And I love Lil V outside of the game, but it was just the decision that made the most sense for me. I had Logan vote for Jake kind of last second just in case he decided to play it on someone else, and then we can get him out instead, which would have been ideal, but obviously didn't fall that way. But I still came out on top in terms of me and Logan still being here, and the person on the other side being gone. So I played this to perfection. I hopefully it's something the jury acknowledges, and I'm feeling good now. Just gonna win tonight's challenge.
So obviously we had kind of thought that Sean might have an idol. We hoped he wouldn't, but I think Ava and I did a good job of convincing them to vote for Valentina so the two of us would be safe. Obviously, it complicates things moving forward. We wanted to have the majority with Valentina so the three of us could beat Sean and move forward, but now Logan is indebted to Sean and we'll definitely vote with him. That means we're probably heading into a 2-2 tie at the next tribal, and that means there's going to be some sort of tiebreaker challenge. And none of us know what that means. In Survivor, you kind of assume, oh, it's just going to be a fire, but that's not the case here. Sean just made a big play. He put his money on the table, and it worked. And I mean, good for him, but I'm obviously upset that Valentina went home. She had to go at some point, but I didn't want her to go now.
That was crazy. I mean, that really shows that you can't actually trust everyone in the game 100%, because I've been standing up for Sean this whole time, saying that he didn't have an idol, but he did. And I don't know, I really just went into this game. I was a little bit too confident because I really thought we were gonna get Logan out, and my main concern has been Sean winning immunity on this challenge, because if he won immunity, then it would be him and 2 other people in Final 3. But now the game has totally changed. There's 4 of us, obvious split. I'm not gonna abandon my boy Jake, but this is gonna be actually crazy. And I can't, this is a big twist. This is a big twist. Sean, you're a good liar. You're taking after me now.
All right, Final 4, welcome. We started our game off here all the way back in August, and now we're all the way in November. 17 down to 4. So give a round of applause for yourselves at the Final 4. Congrats, congrats. With that said, we have our second to last challenge today, an active challenge. Not as active as the steps, but it's active enough to be called active. Not like Family Feud, but close enough. Sean, I'll take that back.
You can tie it. I tied it in a bow this time.
Thank you.
Filmception.
Still struggling though. Oh my lord.
Every time.
All right.
Thanks for everything.
Okay.
Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. For this challenge, we will be doing a scavenger hunt.
Oh my god, that's so fun!
So basically, it could finish like that. It could finish in 30 minutes, but that's your time limit. Each of you will have 30 minutes at the same time to try to find an idol hidden in
shit.
Thorndon Park
Oh, no.
around the perimeter of this fence. So it's enclosed within the fence. And don't check the tree. It's
Okay.
not in there. Also, it's not on anyone's body, but a big part of this game is idols, and the fact that we just had 2 idol plays by Jake and Sean, this seems fitting to find another one. This idol does not mean anything for idols. This is just something that will grant you immunity if you find it. If no one finds it in the 30 minutes, no one gets immunity.
Oh shit.
And yeah, every
We did find the ball.
10 minutes, every
Yeah, I
10
fucking
minutes,
sucked
at
at that, so.
10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then 25 minutes, I'll give you clues, so be sure to check your phones, keep it on a ringer. That will hint you closer to the idol. Alright, anyone have any questions? If you have a question during it, just yell at me. Call
Will
me
you
over.
yell out when it's 10 minutes?
I will yell out when it's
Okay,
10
cool.
minutes. If you think you found the idol, come back over to me, and I'll confirm whether it's yes or no. Alright?
Got it.
You have 30 minutes. Survivor's ready. Your
Wait,
time's up.
one more question.
Oh.
Can you work in pairs?
I advise not to, but you can if you want.
Just fan out.
Alright? Survivor's ready. Your time starts now. Go.
I got an army, man. Can I count for something? No.
Ava, that is not the hidden immunity idol.
Fuck.
Nope.
But I guess not.
Get ready for your first clue. Texting is on the way.
So, I'm green. I'm possibly green, possibly also tan. You can see me from everywhere you stand.
I'll say this much, try to get a good vantage point.
How are you feeling?
I'm just feeling confused. Like, what kind of fucking clue was that?
Jake, this is your wheelhouse.
Look under but not over. The answer may surprise you. What looks odd? I'm asking the shirt.
Logan's like fucking.
I'm like, I'm not running over there because I'm not over there.
That is also not the hidden immunity idol.
A stick.
If I find it, does everybody get immunity? We're sending out. Focus, and the wind may expose me for a split second. Be quick, because you've been here before, even today, all of you.
Found it.
I said that fucking 15 minutes ago! Are you shitting me?
Fucking go.
This is the hidden immunity idol. You have one immunity this week.
3 in a row, Cam.
Well,
Took 21 minutes out of the 30 minutes, so we're cutting close, but finally someone found the idol. It was hidden underneath this table the entire time, even while during voting, so it could have been easily exposed. Some of the clues: there was never a tablecloth on the voting table before. There is one now. It's tan and green. There's a drink on it. You can see it from every single point in the Thornton Park area. And you've obviously all been here today. With that said, Sean, you found the immunity idol. You have won for the third time in a row. Individual immunity. Sean now has a 1 in 3 chance of winning this game, getting him closer to the end. No votes for Sean will count for the next tribal council. Everyone else is exposed. Thank you, Sean. All right, guys. Final 3 is oncoming. There are no more immunity idols. Sean is obviously safe. We'll see who makes the final 3 then. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
Ava? Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I literally went into this game, this round, thinking that a final 3 was gonna be so in reach, so easy. Now it's literally me, Jake, Sean, and Logan. Sean has immunity. Oh my god. And I can't believe I trusted him. Sean! I can't believe it. Oh my god.
I'm not happy. The goal coming in today was beat Sean, beat Sean, beat Sean, and I couldn't do it. And that might be it for me in the game. Obviously I have Ava, we can force the tie, but that sucks. It really sucks to have come this far, and it could be over for me. And I would be really, really bummed if it came to an end like that.
Another week, another win. I mean, Jake's going home next week. That's all. I don't know why he wouldn't be the one, because Logan's going to vote with me, and I feel like I can pressure Ava into doing it too. And he's everyone's biggest threat right now, other than me, and they obviously can't vote me out, so I'm feeling good. But 3 weeks in a row, 3 wins. You can't ask for much more than that. I'm in a great spot. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. I think I won this game. So we'll see, but I'm feeling good.
You click it.
What's up, Valentina stans? You have to stan us now.
You're legally required to stan Java since Valentina is no longer in the running.
Signed over to stan Java.
To Snake, Niebuhr, and Ava Conda.
Oh, you've been saving that. Is this the first time you said it?
This is the first time I've ever
There you
said it.
go.
I wanted Jake to be there when I said it. Yeah, we're Java and
We're plotting.
we're plotting. I hung out with Sean last night and he told me that I should vote Jake out, and I said
Shocker.
no. And so I'm not doing that, obviously. And he also told me some interesting things about how he would take me to final 2 over Logan, and we are now using that as ammunition to try to break them apart.
He gave us some rope and we're gonna hang him with it, basically. My plan, our plan,
Jake's plan,
our plan
Jake's plan, because he is a genius,
is to go to Logan today and basically say, hey, we're giving ourselves a 50-50 shot of going home, one of the 2 of us. But what if we didn't have to go home? I'm gonna say we need to take out Ava. She is gonna sneak her way to the end with Sean, and Sean's gonna pick her over you if the 3 of you get to the end. He told her as much. I know she told me last night this. And if we don't tell them, our 2 votes could take Ava out. However, I'm obviously not gonna vote Ava out. The goal is to split Sean and Logan's votes. If Sean votes for me and Logan votes for Ava, our 2 votes on Sean, or on Logan, Sean's immune, I wish he wasn't,
Same.
would be enough to send Logan home.
Yeah.
It probably won't work.
It's worth a shot.
I mean,
Because, the worst that could happen is
The
that
worst,
they're going to come
yeah.
to me
and then we'll know, okay, it didn't work.
Sean will come to me and be like, why'd you tell Jake that I wanted to take you to final 2, whatever. And then he'll be like, yeah, Jake is a snake. come vote with us.
Yeah, that's
but I
what
mean, Jake is essentially going to say, Logan, you can't tell Sean because it's only going to work if you don't tell Sean. So hopefully she won't tell Sean. And
if she's even down for it, she might just be like, nah. But I'm basically gonna sell it like you need to make a move. And I don't think I would beat, like, I think you would beat me at the end, basically. Like, I don't think you could beat Sean if you were there with him. And you need me because the jury doesn't like me. And, like, you need some sort of move to make. But, yeah, I want to basically tell Logan that, like, I'll make a final 2 deal or whatever. And then hopefully if she falls for it, we vote her out. And I don't have to go to the tiebreaker, which is just putting, like, my game on the line and basically giving myself a 50% chance of going home.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously we have a big. So obviously we have a big trouble in the night. Like I won immunity again last week, obviously. So it's 3 in a row. I'm safe for this week, which feels good. Guaranteed in the final 3. But tonight we have to vote out either Logan, Ava, or Jake, and I don't think it's going to be a clean vote. Logan and I fully plan on voting for Jake, and it doesn't seem like I'm going to, even after hanging out with her all last night, I wasn't going to be able to get Ava to vote for Jake. So I think Jake and Ava are voting for Logan, and then they're going to have to do whatever the tiebreaker is. And then just the survivor gods will decide from there, I guess. So I think it's going to be a real toss-up as to who ends up in the final 3 with Ava and I, because I think Ava's pretty safe in the situation. And it'll really decide my fate in the game, I think, because I think if Logan gets safe, then I'm in the final 2, because I think either of them are going to bring me with them. So that's a good spot to be in. But if Jake gets to the final 3, then that's a whole different game, because Ava's taken Jake over me, and Jake has taken Ava over me for sure. So I'd have to win the challenge in that situation in order to get to the final 2. So it's a toss up. We'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully Logan's still here next week, because that, like I said, does real good for me. And she's been on my alliance. She's on. Her and I have been tight for the last few weeks, and I want to see her. I want to see her in the final 2, with me, obviously. So we'll see what happens. It's a big one tonight, and hopefully this time tomorrow I'm feeling better about my chances. So we'll see. But until next time.
So yeah, I went to bed and I figured, okay, that's why I texted you. I was just like, good luck, because we're gonna do the fire challenge or whatever. And then I kind of thought, because I talked to Ava last night, and she said that Sean was telling her a bunch of shit, that basically, like, Sean was promising that he would take her to the end and all stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of got me thinking, what if we voted for Ava?
I would be down.
So,
Sean and Ava have a final 2.
the thing would be, if Sean's voting for me and Ava's voting for you,
Yeah.
if we vote for Ava,
She would be the majority.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm scared to do it because
No, I know.
but I just
It's like a big jump.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's obviously not going to be happy, but like I feel I don't want to risk the tie, obviously.
Because I think that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I've been assuming will happen.
And it'll just be like a 50-50 shot of either you or me going home.
Yeah.
And like at this point, I don't know. I just like I was thinking and I was like I feel like it makes sense for us to stick together kind of, because I don't think the jury likes me at all. Like you've kind of talked about that. And I think that if I got through this and it was you and me in the end, I think you have a good shot there. Whereas against Sean, I think Sean can beat anybody.
I think Sean will beat anybody.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when it comes down to you, me, and Ava, I feel like it's more split.
Mm-hmm.
For different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, yeah.
But if Sean's gonna take, because I feel like if it's you, me, Sean as the final three, you're going to be in the end no matter what. Whereas I think if Ava's there, that's not the case.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would be interesting. Yeah, because people have said they're like, oh, I feel like it's gonna be you and Sean in the final two, but like you never know. Like he did save me, but like I know he has a final two with Ava. But I also know Ava has final twos with a lot of people, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hello, vlog. It's almost final three. I'm in disbelief. I honestly don't really know where the night's gonna take us. My plan with Jake is very scary because there's a lot riding on Logan, and Logan is a very hard person to read. And all I really heard from Jake was, I think she's in, I think she bought it. But I still have to be prepared for her to still vote with Sean, and then have her and Jake go to the challenge. But I mean, I'm definitely freaked out because I really do trust Jake. But I mean, it's a game, so in the back of my head, I'm still wondering, what if someone actually writes my name down and I go home? And I don't know. I really do trust Jake, though. He is one of the people that I've trusted since very, very early on in the game. It's just that now, ever since last week, when that tribal really that was the first tribal that I didn't know what was going on, and halfway through, I got this feeling when Luke asked me the question about the idol. I was like, I think someone has it, and I think it's Sean or Logan, but Sean. And John lied to me about not having the idol, which I totally respect, and I would have done the same thing. But it's just scary coming this close to the end, I think, because I mean, there's been a lot of talk about jury votes, and although Jake has told me that he thinks I would beat him at jury, I don't think people really view me as that big of a threat, which is scary because that means that even though I do have a chance of getting to final two, there's a pretty big chance that not a lot of people would vote for me, especially if I were against Sean, and Logan too, because I think Logan, even though she was definitely more passive player, that's a quality that a lot of the firsts would probably look for, considering that she didn't really have to make a lot of moves or lie to get her way. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to play the best that I can at this point right now, but a lot of it you just have to leave up to fate and leave up to the other players in the game, because I mean, if Logan could decide to flip last minute and go back with Sean, or she could decide to vote with Jake. Right now I'm just like, I just need to wait and stop kind of being in my own head about this, because it's very easy to fixate on what could happen. But based off of what Jake told me, I'm pretty sure that Sean and Logan are convinced that we're gonna go to a split. And Sean definitely told Logan that I have no plan to vote with them against Jake. So I have to hope that this is gonna work.
I want to do a bit of a eulogy, which I know is not a good sign and is very premature, but this very well could be my final vlog while I'm still in the game. First of all, I want to thank Luke. I want to thank all the people on the production team for making this one of the greatest experiences of my life. But playing this game was so much more than I thought it would be. I kind of figured that I would come in and I would be this, this ruthless mastermind manipulator guy, who's friends with everyone but who just stabs you in the back. And then my closest ally, Molly LaPesca, was blindsided. That sucked. It sucked because I felt like I had let myself down. We're getting real personal with this one. I don't really know why. I think it's because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't consider myself someone who is good at a lot of things. We're just, this is therapy for me right now. I don't know. I just always feel like there's some people who are super athletic, or who are super smart, or super, professional, and, social, and just have all these things that come to them, and that's never been the case for me. I had a long period in high school where I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't really feel like I belonged a lot of places. And in those times, I was sad. And I don't think that's something that comes across in me. I think I've done my best to be a very happy, a very positive person. So I really wanted something that I was good at. And for me, I thought that Survivor would be that thing. Around the swap, I started to look at these people differently. I think that I came in wanting to play, play chess or something. Play like I have these pieces on a chessboard and I'll be able to move them however I want to do my schemes, do my bidding, and I would be the ultimate chess master and everyone would bow down to me and talk about how great I was while feeding me grapes. But I started to get to know these people, like, really well. And just last night, I just invited everyone over to my house, and all these people came and just had fun, and we just hung out, and I'm just grateful because I didn't get what I came here to do. I don't think. In a way I did, but in a way I didn't. I think I've proven that I am good at this game, and that's something that I'm happy for, that I found something I was good at. But at the same time, I found a new community.
Welcome, Final Four. We are at our second to last tribal council. I will now bring in the members of our jury. Ryan, Paul, and Julia. Valentina's not here. She was voted last out at our tribal council.
It's her birthday.
It is her birthday. Some moments to point out. It's Jeff Probst, the real Survivor host's birthday. Happy birthday, Jeff. And it's Valentina's birthday. Okay, let's get underway. So Final Four, guys. Jake, we are officially 71 days into this entire Survivor adventure, all the way starting in August. How does it feel to be sitting in the Final Four, being a fan?
Well, being a fan, it feels amazing. I mean, I feel like all the fans came in and were just like, we got this, like, we know the game, but these first have really picked things up quickly, and like, I don't know, I wanted to get to this point, but after the start I had to this game, I really didn't feel like I was still going to be here, but to be here and to be the last fan standing it's incredible. I'm super excited.
Fair enough. Opposite side, Logan, you're a first, didn't really know the game that well. How do you feel sitting here?
I mean, I feel good. Like, I'm proud that I made it this far. Definitely didn't think I would. So it's just, like, it's cool to be here at this point.
Ava, probably surprised a lot of people, even yourself sitting here. Describe the moves that you've made to make it to this point.
Well, I think I definitely been aligning myself with the fans early on. They were great teachers and that they actually taught me how to play this game. And and Ryan Baker throwing some shade. But yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that I'm still here, and I'm just excited to be here.
Fair enough. You guys all deserve it. Final Four. Sean, I have to point out your immunity streak. 3 immunities in a row. How are you feeling up to this course?
Great, obviously. I mean, I've won 3 times in a row. It's hard not to feel good about it.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, Logan, you've established great relationships with these 3 others, as well as the jury, as well as everyone else in this competition. How hard is it to eliminate one of these 3 people that you've gotten to know so well?
I mean, like, it is hard because everyone, like, you feel like you have, like, a different relationship with everybody. So it's hard to tell, like, who would be better suited for you later on. But, like, at the end of the day, you just have to, like, make a decision and stick with it.
Jake, going back to the fan perspective, I mean, you're wearing your buff right now. How does it feel to be the last fan, something that may have not been predicted in the beginning, sitting next to 3 firsts?
It's been kind of a crazy journey for me. I mean, I was almost literally the first person voted out of this game, which was my absolute nightmare. I had a vlog on the second night where I said basically that my dream might be coming to an end, and that sucked. But I took that and I kind of tried something different. I think I took too much of a passive role early on, and I kind of tried to do my best to change that. And I'm here, I've made moves, I've played idols, and if this is it for me, I'm very proud of the way I played this game, and I'll leave with my head held high. But yeah, it's amazing to be the last fan standing, and I'm super proud to be here.
Jake says that his game has changed throughout this entire season. Ava, how has your game changed from when you walked into here, being that I'm going to play this type of game? How's it changed?
Well, I think I've reiterated this a lot. When I first came into this game, I said, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want to backstab anyone. Look at me now. My game has totally done a 180. I mean, I learned how to play. I learned what it takes to get to the end. And I'm still here. So, yeah, I've definitely learned. I mean, I'm not going to say that I still don't get stressed out during travel because people know that I do. And I still do struggle with the emotion part. But I've learned that sometimes you got to put that aside to play the game.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, talking about last week's Tribal Council, Ava, you obviously were shocked to find out that Sean had an immunity idol, played it on Logan, and basically split the votes between Jake, who had played an idol, and Valentina. What were your thoughts during that tribal sequence?
Well, during the tribal, I got a bad feeling because I've always been kind of in what the outcome of every tribal would be. And when you asked me the question about the idol, I got a pit in my stomach and I was like, one of them has it. But Sean really did tell me that he didn't have one, so I believed him. But I only give kudos to him. It was a really great move. I wouldn't have told me if I were him. And I'm proud that he executed that move as a first.
So Sean, you obviously worked with Logan on that last vote. Could we expect a similar thing today?
I mean, I hope so. Like, I don't know, because like I can't speak for how she's gonna vote. So, I would like to think that she's gonna vote with me, but as we've seen in this game, you never know what's gonna happen week to week. So, kind of have to wait until the vote actually happens to know that.
Have you talked to Ava or Jake to try to bring them onto your side? I know you guys have been playing kind of different games between Jake and Ava and you and Logan being on the out so much.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to them all to different extents, but I don't know. I think at this point, everyone kind of knows where we all stand in the game, and we know who's on our side and who's not. So we're just kind of playing off that and seeing where the chips fall, I guess.
Logan, talk to me a little bit about you and Sean's relationship. You started off in the same first tribe, then were separated to reunite again post-merge. Found yourself on the outs for 5 weeks in a row with Ryan out, Colin out. Talk to me about your relationship, how you've gotten this far.
I mean, we both have just been like very loyal to each other, and like what we said we were gonna do, we did it, and we didn't like backstab each other or try to go to the other side. And I think that like worked really well for us because the other side kind of started to backstab, and like we just like got lucky every week that like they started to target other people besides us.
Jake, speak to me a little bit about you and Ava's relationship. A little bit different. You guys started on separate tribes in the beginning, one being a first, you being a fan, and then you came together on the old Topana tribe. Talk to me about you and Ava's relationship.
Yeah, so at the swap, I obviously was reeling that I just lost my closest ally and the person that I wanted to play this game with. And quickly, Ava and I just had a connection. Like I don't know, we were just on the same wavelength and we kind of understood each other. And just every round, I feel like when I freak out, she's able to calm me down. When she freaks out, I'm able to calm her down. And it's just worked well for us to get to this point.
Ava, would you agree with what Jake says?
Totally. Jake is awesome in the game and out of the game. He's become one of my best friends in real life, and I'm just lucky to have him because I have his wisdom as a fan, so it's great.
Sean, do you think anyone would waver to cause a blindside here, or is it pretty much a 2-2 kind of vote?
I mean, I feel like Ava's the obvious suspect to waver, but I don't think she will. Like, I think she's pretty steadfast in what she's gonna do. But like I said earlier, you don't know until the votes happen, so I guess we'll see. But no, I don't really think either of them are going to be flipping.
Of course, if it does end up being a tie, we'll do a revote, and then since it is Final Four, there are no rocks, so the two people who are tied will do a non-active challenge to earn that spot in the Final Three. Logan, do you have any ideas what that might be or what that might entail?
No, the only thing I can assume is like a memory thing because it's like fast and easy and there's just two of us. But I don't know, like you've kind of shocked me with like all the challenges so far, so it could be something fucking whack. I don't know.
Enough. Jake, obviously we can't make fire, but what do you think the challenge might be?
I just hope it's not making a word puzzle because that didn't go great for me. But no, I also think it'll probably be something memory based. It's like make a fire, but I don't think we're gonna do that in New House. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it is.
Well, we'll see if we'll get there. It is now time to vote. Logan, you're first.
Sean.
So once the votes are read, considered as final, the person voted off will be asked to travel council immediately. We'll tally the votes. It's final four, so there are no community items in play. I'll read the votes. First vote. Logan. Second vote. Jake. It's one vote Logan, one vote Jake, two votes left. Third vote. Logan. That's two votes Logan. It's two votes Logan, one vote Jake, one vote left. Fourth vote. Jake. We are tied. The events of the tie, the people that are tied for will not vote in the revote. So that means Ava and Sean will revote one more time. If we're still deadlocked after that point, we'll move on to the immunity challenge to win that last one. All clear? Yes, sir. Ava, back to vote. Guys, if the votes end up deadlocked, we will move on to the immunity challenge to decide who earns the last spot in the final three. I'll read the votes. First vote, Logan. That's one vote Logan, one vote left. Sorry. Final vote, Jake. We are moving to the immunity challenge to find out who earns the last spot in the final three. Ava and Sean, you guys can sit here. Logan and Jake, you guys can reach underneath the bench to find your whiteboards.
Are you
So, a lot about this game is knowing who you play with, right? And especially the jury who will end up voting for who wins in the end. So for this challenge, I will say 10 quotes that the jury have said from their vlog content. This includes pre-game interviews, confessionals, and post-boot out confessionals that they do with Casey. All right? So Sean and Ava do not have any quotes in here. Everyone from the jury does. Some might, not you guys. Some might have it twice, 3 times, 1 time, but everyone has said at least once.
Is Valentina included?
Valentina's included, Luca is also included. So out of those 7 people, we have 10. If we're still tied at 10, we have 2 more. If we're still tied at 12, the jury will decide who will make the final 3.
Well, you know what we're thinking.
Right. First quote. I won't say when it's from until after. It's tough here in Ponderosa. You realize all the mistakes you've made. That's it. Got your answers? Oh my God. Got your answers? All right, reveal. We have 1 Ryan, I believe, 1 Paul. That was Paul after he got voted off.
Paul, I would never guess.
We have 1 Jake. One Jake, one Logan, 9 quotes left. Next quote. I think I'll be the Survivor Syracuse first winner because I have a lot of experience watching the show, and I think I can hold a secret very well and lie with a straight face. Who out of the jury said that?
I feel like I know exactly who they're both going to guess.
You guys have answers? Reveal? One Julia, one Valentina. The answer was actually Colin. So no one got that right. We're still 1 Jake, 0 Logan, 8 left. Next quote. Currently, my strategy is playing the mind game. I know how to get into people's heads. I know how to mess with them that way. You have your answers? I reveal? One V, one Julia. That was actually Brian in the pregame. All right. It's still 1 Jake, 0 Logan, 7 left. Next one. I really value interactions and relationships. While I do have a sweet and sexy exterior, I'm hella manipulative. Reveal? It was V. It's 2-1 Jake, 6 left. Next one. My weaknesses are that I'm taking a lot of credits this semester, so finding time to strategize outside of the game might get a little difficult. Who said that out of the jury? Reveal? One Brian, one Ryan. Correct answer was Ryan. It is 2-2. We are at the halfway point. We have 5 left. Next quote. I will win this game because I've met a lot of Survivor players, and I'm really not that threatened by them. I think I can beat them all. Who said that out of the jury? Reveal? We have one Luca, another Luca. That was not Luca, that was Ryan.
Jesus, Ryan!
Valentina's on FaceTime.
Wait until
All right, next quote. This is quote number 6.
Julie, turn her around.
Valentina's here.
This is quote number 6, guys. I definitely talk too much. I was a loudmouth and it bit me in the ass. Who said that out of you? All right, reveal. Brian V. The correct answer was Luca. He said that after we got voted off. All right. Yeah. This is quote number 7. I can't believe we pulled that off. That was a bleepin' good blindside. Sorry, you didn't want to play with me, so I had to do it. Who said that?
Wait, I don't know now. Alright, whatever.
All right, reveal. Julia was correct. That was after the Molly vote. The score is 3-3. We have 3 more left.
This is the worst thing I've ever been a part of.
All right, 3 quotes left. Next quote. 3-3. Yep. Next quote. Everyone's taking this too personally. They're relying on their personal friends. I don't give a bleep about your friends. If it's better for my grade, I'm dropping your ass. Who said that? Reveal? We have a Luca, we have a Julia. That was actually Paul. That was Paul, week 4. Second to last one. Valentina thought she was going to the end with Paul, but then they really blindsided her, which was amazing. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Who said that? Julia. All right, has your answers? Reveal. Colin, that it was actually Ryan. Who said that? All right, this is the last one. We are tied at 3-3. This is the last quote. If someone gets it right and the other doesn't, they will earn their spot in the final 3 and will have a 1 in 3 chance of winning this game.
I'm gonna vomit.
You're gonna vomit.
Right, you're already out.
All right, you guys ready? It's for all the marbles. I feel good. I feel bleeping good. That was a blindside. I voted with the people I've been working with since day 1, and I don't regret that. All right, reveal. We have Valentina. It is 4-4. Another tie. We are moving on to 2 more quotes. All right, 2 more quotes. Here we go. Quote number 11. It was a fun game. Kind of knew what was happening. They're all really fake anyway. Who said that? All right, reveal. Brian was correct. That is 5-4. Jake, if you get this one right, you are into the final 3. Logan, if you get this one right and Jake gets it wrong, we are tied again. We have 2 more quotes. All right, here we go. If I get out right now, I want to cause the most havoc in the entire world. I don't want to go out in a boring way. Who said that? Want me to repeat it? No. You good? All right, reveal. We have Julia. It was Julia. Jake, you have made it to the final 3.
That was so good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Logan.
Jake, just stand up there. Down. Just go light this torch for a quick second.
Oh, I have to put it out. You have to fucking win the next one.
Logan, the tribe has spoken. You may go.
Okay, Jesus. Okay, well, that sucked, but like it was kind of what I expected to happen, but we were like so close. We were neck and neck like the whole time, but it was fun, and now I'm on the jury, so I hope Sean makes it though. Like he needs to fucking win the next one, because then Sean's like an easy win, but he just needs to either like convince Ava, or he needs to win. So that's what I hope is happening.
All right, guys, final 3. We started 71 days ago, and now we're down to you 3. We're 17-3. Each of you have a fair shot of winning this game and deserve to be here. Next week, we'll have our last tribal challenge to decide who gets into the final 2. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you.